We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy with David Benavidez that we do with everybody else. And I got a question. And I've been thinking about this and thinking about this, and I really don't understand. I really don't get it. And this is what I'm not understanding about David Benavidez. This is what I'm not understanding. David Benavidez gave an interview, and he said the fight that he wanted most was Canelo Alvarez. He said he wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez. That's the dream fight for him. That's the fight that means everything to him. He wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. That fight means everything to David Benavidez. David Benavidez says he goes to sleep thinking about Canelo. He wakes up in the morning thinking about Canelo. He busts his cheeks thinking about Canelo. He eats his Cheerios thinking about Canelo. He takes his kids to school thinking about Canelo. He wipes his ass thinking about Canelo. So if you're thinking about Canelo in all the major events of your life, every single thing that you do, everything, you just constantly thinking about Canelo. Canelo is on your mind. If that's the case, please answer me this. Why do you need so much time to activate your mandatory? What's taking so long? What is taking so long? What is taking so long to activate your mandatory? I don't understand it. June 28th, David Benavidez reached out and was approved a 2-week extension by the WBC. Okay. July 11th, David Benavidez was granted another week extension by the WBC. You got 3 weeks. All extensions. But Canelo's the fight you want. Canelo's the fight you need. What's taking so damn long to activate your mandatory? I don't see no David Benavidez fans want to talk about this. And what's even worse is I've seen Jose Benavidez Sr. say, oh, well, we've already activated the mandatory. 2 days later, the WBC come out and say they have not activated their mandatory. They filed an extension because they're still deciding. They keep lying. They don't tell the truth. They're not being honest. This is what I have a problem with. Hold on. My brother Bodybag says, salute to you, Bodybag. Salute, family. He says, if he truly wanted to fight David Benavidez, if he really wanted the Canelo fight, there would be no extension, period. This is a huge contradiction. You're absolutely right. When you want to fight bad enough, you activate that mandatory, you give this guy no way out, and if you reach a negotiation and you can make a deal, then it happens. And if the guy's scared and he's ducking, he's going to drop the belt. So if the fight's not made and David Benavidez does not activate his mandatory, he can never call Canelo a duck ever. You can't wait until Canelo announces a fight, refuse to activate your mandatory, go up and wait and say, he ducked me. You're making merch. But you're not, and talking about Canelo ducking you, but you ain't activated no mandatory. That don't make no sense. So you selling T-shirts and all of this, but you ain't activated your mandatory. This is what I'm talking about with David. This is why it's hard to be a fan of these guys. It's hard to be a fan of these guys because you won't activate your mandatory. You talk all this crap. Show me who you say you are and activate your mandatory. It's an absolute contradiction. Hold on. We got a David Benavidez lover in here. And look, I respect all fighters, everybody. But this guy, he keep making a lot of idiotic comments, so let me say it. He says, and first off, this is a David Benavidez fan with a picture of Edgar Berlanga on your profile. Man, sit your dumb ass down. I mean, my goodness, you can't get stupider than this. You holding Berlanga's nuts? Like, this don't even make any sense. You're a Berlanga and Benavidez fanboy. This guy is disgusting. But anyway, this guy says Canelo will never fight a real 68 pounders. He's a cherry picker. So explain to me, what does Canelo cherry picking opponents, Canelo picking his opponent? What does any of this have to do with David Benavidez activating his mandatory? So Berlanga R, tell me, what does any of this have to do with David Benavidez activating his mandatory? Because I guarantee you Berlanga R is either going to make an excuse or he's going to disappear from the chat. Berlanga R, answer my question on the chat, and if you want, I'll drop you a link. Please explain to me, what does any of this Canelo slander have to do with David Benavidez activating his mandatory? Please explain that. And if you want to talk, I'll drop a link right now. All you got to do is say the word. We don't duck no smoke over here. I'm waiting on your response, pussy. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to get to some other comments. But I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting because this guy's disappeared from the chat. He's nowhere to be found. Ever since I asked him a question, what does any of this slander have to do with David Benavidez not activating his mandatory? Explain that to me. You on here talking about Canelo this, Canelo that, but you won't say nothing about this man. Let me see what this guy talking about. Canelo will never call out Berlanga and name either you a Canelo buddy wants a duck. Okay, this guy is either a troll or a dumbass. Because this is the first and only Edgar Berlanga meat rider. This guy is calling up Dominic. Yeah, let me get a Edgar Berlanga meat lovers. Yeah, it's with a side of David Benavidez on it. You've got the meat. Sit your dumb ass down. Yeah, I can't take that guy serious no more. I can't take him serious. See, we having a serious conversation, and these guys sitting up here holding nuts. I can't play with them. My brother Mike Trades. Salute to my brother Mike Trades. Always good to hear from you, my brother from another mother. He says, Nuke, it's starting to seem like David Benavidez is all talk. And I agree with you. Because, David has been saying, I think about Canelo all the time. I'm always concerned with that fight. That's the fight I want. He's running from me. He's ducking from me. Well, pressure bust pipes. And if Canelo's really the coward you say he is, and you really the killer you say you is, what's taking you so long to activate a mandatory? And the worst part about this is, this mandatory didn't start in June. He had an opportunity to activate this mandatory in March, but he decided to move up in weight and fight somebody else. So please, let's keep it real. Mike Trades is 100% right. It's starting to seem like David Benavidez is just talking out of his ass. I need a David Benavidez fan somewhere. Somebody that's a David Benavidez supporter. Please explain to me. And if you need the link, I'll give it to you. Explain to me what's taking so long from this man to activate his mandatory. I just need somebody to explain it to me because I'm confused. I don't understand why you ain't did it. If this is the fight you want, if this is your legacy, this guy's running from you, then activate your mandatory. What's the point of a mandatory? You won't activate it. It doesn't make any sense. Jub says, I like boxing, but stop hating Daddy Tank. What is this Southpaw's burner? What are we talking about? Rio 707, David needs to activate it now. No excuses. That's exactly what I'm saying. If David doesn't activate it now, he can never say nobody ducked him. He can never say nobody ran from him. He can never say nobody did this or did that. He can never say it. And hold on. I got to go back to this comments. Hold on. I got to go back to this comment real quick. Jubs, you call me a hater and you tell me stop hating on Tank. I'm going to ask you this. Tell me what I said to hate on Tank. If you can tell me what I said to hate on Tank, I'd apologize right now on live. Tell me one thing I've ever said to hate on Tank Davis. Tell me one thing. And we're going to determine if that is hate or a fact. Just tell me what I said to hate on Tank, and we'll break that down right now. Because we're not finna stand for no slander. We're not finna do that. A lot of these guys don't want it. A lot of these guys don't want the truth. You got to activate a mandatory. You want this fight? What are we talking about? I'm a hater. Okay. Let's find out. My brother says, how do you go undisputed without a real fighter at 168? Exactly. This is why we're talking about these haters. These haters. And here's the thing. Think about this. Think about this. Canelo has beaten all the champions, but they say he ain't fought no real fighter at 68. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. That makes no sense. These guys are talking out of their ass. And look, I'm hoping that all of this, the reason why he hasn't activated, the reason why Canelo's floating names like Chris Eubank, I'm hoping that all of this stuff is just a pump fake and Canelo Benavidez is next. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping all of this is a pump fake. All of this is talk and Canelo Benavidez is next. That is my hope. I hope they've coming together and they're going to make this happen. That's my hope. That's the biggest fight right now. You're not going to get a bigger fight than that. Bodybag says, you can't make merch and then ask for a second extent. Thank you. Thank you. You can't say Canelo's ducking. You got T-shirts out, duck hunting. You need to make a T-shirt that say, I'm activating my mandatory. Make that T-shirt. Don't sit up here and say somebody's ducking when you won't activate your damn mandatory, pussy. Activate it. If Canelo's a coward, make him drop his belt. Activate your mandatory. Corner this man and make him drop his belt. Explain that to me. Salute to my brother Tony Boswell, Dwayne Styles, El Jaime. Salute. Cosmic Creation. Salute. Look, that's all I'm saying. GameSpot. Come on, explain that to me. Hold on. Juice Man 562. Juice Man, please draw your attention to the landlord. Please, I'm looking at the chat right now, Juice Man. Explain to me. How's Canelo ducking and David Benavidez won't activate his mandatory? Why is David Benavidez not activating his mandatory if he wants to fight? Explain that right now. Why is David Benavidez not activating his mandatory if he wants a Canelo Alvarez fight? I'm waiting on your response, Juice Man. Juice Man, I'm waiting on your response. Why is David Benavidez not activating his mandatory if he wants the Canelo fight? Please say that. I'm waiting on you, Juice Man. I don't see anything here. You're not seeing anything. Salute to Karumari. Everybody subscribe to Karumari. Salute to Karumari. Look, Juice Man, come on. Come on. Talk to me. Lord Scante, 6'9", salute to you, family. He says, gotta speak on Tatted Up Boxing, speaking on your name. Look, Tatted Up Boxing already been destroyed, been body bagged. I mean, this is the same guy. This is the same guy who says David's already activated his mandatory. Well, if David's activated his mandatory, why did the WBC just give him an extension, dumbass? That's what we're talking about. These guys don't come with facts. They come with feelings. I told these guys a long time ago, stop believing Jose Benavidez Sr. I told him, stop believing that guy. He's a liar. You want to quote this guy and say, oh, Jose said that they've activated his mandatory. Then why is the WBC saying ain't shit been activated? Why are they saying they getting another extension? These guys keep lying. You remember when Team Benavidez lied, said, oh, we offering Canelo Alvarez 50, 60, whatever it was, million, and Eddie Reynoso came out and said, oh, we were never offered anything. These guys lying out of their ass. How many times do these guys got to keep lying to you? No one of you guys, girls, cheat on you. You girls going out there getting their cheeks bust by every dude in the neighborhood. Oh, she's faithful to me. She loves me. She cares about me. Getting her cheeks bust up and down the street. But you sitting up here believing all them lies. Coming home with dick on her breath, but you sitting up here talking about, oh, but she's in love with me. That's a typical David Benavidez fan. That don't make no sense. You David Benavidez fan, she loves me, dick all on her breath. You're like, oh, why you smell like that? Like you just that's your queen? That's what you happy with? I mean, come on, you just believe anything somebody tell you? The WBC is saying this man got a second extension, but you want to put smut on my name when you putting out false information? It doesn't make any sense. This don't make no damn sense. Don't make me go in. What are we talking about? Dudes, girls cheating on them up and down the street, coming home, ass busted wide open, talking about, yeah, my girl, dog, she loved me. No, she loved the streets. She's for the streets. She's not for you. She's for the streets, bro. What are we talking about? Come on, man. Dudes, girls walking up and down the street. Come on, man. These guys got to stop. You, David Benavidez, you guys got to stop believing these lies, man. Girls will tell you anything. You see Jose just lying and lying. Oh, the offer was this. Oh, we've activated this. Everything that they've ever said has come out to be a damn lie. You got to stop believing them as a credible, reliable source. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. That's all I'm saying. You got to stop. You got to stop. My brother, the Tomato Head One. Salute to you, Tomato Head One. He said David Benavidez is the new Andrade boogeyman. And look, I give David Benavidez more credit than Demetrius Andre because he stopped that hype job. He stopped that hype job. He ended that. David Benavidez is a better fighter than Demetrius Andre. I won't even put him on the same level, the same sentence, nothing like that. He's a much better fighter. I'll give him that credit. I'll give him that. Unbiased Brim says, I can't wait to catch you for the Crawford hate. I'm going to smoke you then. Crawford hate? There's no Crawford hate. Unbiased Brim, tell me what I say to hate on Terrence Crawford. Please, in the comment. See, this is what I'm talking about. These guys just being their feelings. But it's all good, Unbiased. If I'm hating on Terrence Crawford, drop in the chat right now what I'm saying to hate on Terrence Crawford. All you got to do is drop it in the chat. Just tell me what I'm saying to hate on Terrence Crawford. I just want to know what I'm saying to be a hater of Terrence Crawford. Just tell me what I'm saying to be a hater. Because this ain't no Terrence Crawford hate. This ain't no David Benavidez hate. I like Benavidez. I like Crawford. I like Canelo. I like boxing. So everybody I like. But when I speak a fact, you call me a hater? Is that what it is? It don't make any sense. Unbiased Brim, I'm waiting on you to respond. You still ain't said nothing. Hold on. Where's the juice man? Okay, first off, Jubs has finally responded and says you let Canelo cherry pick, but yet Tank can't. You want to wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I'm supposed to be okay. I'm supposed to be okay with Tank cherry picking, and I'm supposed to not say nothing about it. But Canelo, how's Canelo cherry picking? Canelo's undisputed. When is Tank Davis went undisputed? When is Tank Davis became a 4-weight world champion? When is Tank Davis went up to weight classes he don't belong in? When you can answer those questions, then we can have that conversation. Tank ain't never won a 4-division world champion. Tank ain't never been undisputed. And Tank ain't never fought outside of a weight class he did not belong. Body bag. Let's keep going. Let's see who else is in the comment. Oh, man. Hold on. What else we got here? Quick Slot says, can you watch along the Chocolatito fight tonight? Probably not, my brother. Probably not. Hold on. David, the extension Benavidez. Oh, man. Hold on. Where's these other guys that was... Here's the juice, man. So I gave you all this time to talk about me. Juice Man, to come up with a great response to where you can body bag me. And I asked Juice Man, I say, look, Juice, explain to me why David Benavidez has not activated his mandatory. The only thing this man said is David's been a mandatory for a long ass time now. That's the dumbest and weakest response I've ever heard. David Benavidez had an opportunity to activate his mandatory status this March, and he decided to move up in weight instead of activate it. You've been body bagged. And now he's had 2 extensions for a total of 3 weeks, almost a month, still deciding whether he should activate his mandatory. All of these are facts. None of this is my opinion. None of this is what I think. None of this is how I feel. So you can't even tell me why David Benavidez has not activated his mandatory. You can't even tell me that. Exactly, body bags. David Benavidez has been a contender for a long time, not a mandatory. See, you remember, the mandatory was ready to be called in March, and David Benavidez decided to move up in weight. We understand this. What are we talking about? Jigglypuff Tough, absolutely right, my brother. He says David's mandatory was due this March, Juice Man. These guys don't seem to know these facts. These guys just be talking out of their ass. We're trying to give you facts. We're trying to help you learn something so you don't look stupid. So, once again, that's another body bag to the Juice Man. We just catching bodies out here. The LDBC's most wanted. He says, salute to you, LDBC's most wanted. He says, saludos, Nuke. We're celebrating us adopting my baby girl. Cheers to you in the chat. Salute, everybody. Salute the LDBC's most wanted. They're adopting his baby girls. Congratulations, my brother. Much love and success to you and your family. Blessings, family. Blessing. Oh, man. Look, we're just going to keep talking that talk because a lot of these people don't really want to hear it. A lot of these people don't want to hear the truth. A lot of these people still think David Benavidez is this monster and that Canelo's afraid. Bodyback says, Jose Benavidez Sr. admitted in a live interview that there was never a $60 million offer sent to Canelo Alvarez. And this is after the team already said there was. See, these guys got to stop this lying. And just like Jose Benavidez recently, a few days ago, went on another interview saying they've sent in the paperwork, the letters have been sent, the mandatory has been requested. But the WBC said they just filed an extension. Explain that to me for another week. Y'all got to stop believing this, man. You got to stop believing it. You believe in Jose Benavidez. It's like you believe in your girl is out to 3 or 4 in the morning with her friends. She's getting her cheeks bust. She's coming home smelling like dick on her breath, and she's going to come in and kiss you in the mouth, and you're going to be sitting there looking like a dumbass. I can't help you if you're too stupid to see what's going on. You don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to accept the truth. You just want to talk lies and feelings and emotion. Then you look stupid. Then you look stupid. Then you look stupid. The Juice Man says Canelo is just going to keep ducking. So if Canelo's ducking and he's going to keep ducking, how do you know that? You've never enforced a mandatory to prove it. Because it's not a duck until he forces a mandatory and Canelo drops his belt. Make him duck you. It has never happened. You can't claim a duck by simply making a t-shirt and saying it, dumbass. Get the pubes out of your mouth. What's wrong with these guys? These guys are out of their mind. It don't even make any sense. This guy says, me, you. He says, IBFP is Canelo's #1 fanboy lover. Now, here's the funny thing about this. 2 days ago, I was making a video about how Chris Eubank fight was trash. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Berlanga. That's trash. I was saying all these fights that Canelo could potentially rumored to have are all garbage. And they were calling me a Canelo hater. Now this guy's calling me a Canelo fanboy lover. You really can't win for losing with these guys. These guys either want to call you a hater, a fanboy, a lover. It's literally always something. I don't understand it. I don't understand this. It don't make any sense, man. Absolutely, my brother. Casuals do not like facts. They don't like facts. They're allergic to these facts. They get in their feelings when these facts are spit. They don't know what to say to any of this. Any of this. Oh, man. My brother says, gotta respect David Benavidez. Won belts in multiple divisions, went undisputed, fought Floyd, Lara, Kirkland, Trout, Cotto, Triple G, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, knocked out a champion at 175. Oh, wait, That was Canelo. Exactly. All of those accomplishments are Canelo, but people are talking about it like David Benavidez did all of this. Oh, David Benavidez didn't go up to 175 and knock out nobody. This man was sitting on a decision. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Canelo went up there. Canelo went to 175 twice, and both times he fought world champions. But all people did was hate on him, shit on him, throw stones at him. So Canelo Alvarez goes out there trying to be great, fighting a weight class he don't belong in, and you hate. David Benavidez goes up to a weight class he does belong in, and you give him extra credit. It doesn't make any sense. You got to keep the lies consistent, because everything you're saying, you're flopping sides. You're jumping from lap to lap to lap. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. My brother says Tank has the confidence to fight Loma after beating up his baby mama. That's a fact. That's a fact. There's footage of Tank Davis running up on his baby mama, grabbing her, snatching her up. But he didn't have the confidence for 5, 6, 7 years to run up on Lomachenko. He didn't have the confidence. He waited out Lomachenko for 5 or 6 years till Lomachenko is contemplating retirement before he decides to say, hey, I want to negotiate with Loma and I want to make that fight. Why do you got to wait to the point in career where Lomachenko is contemplating retirement before you want to get your little ugly fat ass in a ring with him? It don't make any sense. It does not make sense. My brother, Hard Times Boxing, salute to you, family. And I got to read this. He says, David Benavidez was scheduled to assume mandatory status in March of 2024. But instead, in February of 2024, he announced he was going to 175. So when David Benavidez was positioned perfectly for the fight that he said would make his legacy, when he was positioned perfectly for the fight that he said he wanted, when he was positioned perfectly for the fight that said he can't stop thinking about, he decided to move up in weight right when that mandatory status was due. There's no excuse for this. If you're a David Benavidez fan and you mad at Canelo, you are a dumbass. Read this again. If you believe that Canelo's ducking David after reading that statement, you are truly an idiot and cannot be reasoned with. You don't care about the facts. You don't care about the truth. You're simply in your feelings. That's it. That's it. My brother N1 Baller says, no ducking, no life, sells Benavidez swap meet t-shirt. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Jub says, Haney, Shakur, Kambosos ran from Tank, and I'm her, idiot. Hold on, let me look at this picture. Okay, Jubs looks like it's a girl. Jubs, you are a girl. You just built like a 13-year-old boy. That's why I couldn't tell that you were a girl. You need to find a more attractive picture and put it on here, because we can't tell what the hell you are from that stance. So please, that's what you can do. But I appreciate it. Jubs. You got to show some respect to the landlord. And now when you're talking about all of these people, Haney, Shakur, Kambosos, I don't know what you're talking about. Tank said he wasn't interested in Kambosos, Shakur, or Haney. What are you talking about? He said he wasn't interested in any of those fights. So once again, the lie detector determined that was a lie. My brother Andy, salute to Andy. He said, imagine plot twist from Canelo. Fights David at 68 and then again at 75 for the winner of Bivol Beterbiev. Whips David in both weight classes. Back to back. Andy, salute to my brother. That could very well be what happens. And I'm going to tell you this. Canelo Alvarez history showed that he's not afraid of challenges. Canelo's history showed that this man has the nuts to take on the top fighters. David Benavidez history shows that he's never unified, never fought an elite fighter, and never moved up in weight and won another world title. So Canelo's history shows one thing. David history showed that he won't even activate his mandatory for the undisputed champion. I mean, we looking at two different type of guys here, right? I mean, these are just facts. You can't say I'm a hater. You can't say I'm being biased, because everything I just said was a fact, and that is a body bag. Salute to my brother Andy in the building. My brother, he says, David is toxic. She is all over the place. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, 1 minute is everything, and the next minute is this. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Oh man. Hold on. I need everybody to turn their attention to the screen. This is Stephen Grieve. And Stephen Grieve is a David Benavidez supporter, and he feels like he's going to body bag me on this statement. And he says, you criticize David Benavidez for not enforcing his mandatory, but you say nothing about Canelo never entertaining the fight publicly. Canelo never pushed for the fight. Now, this guy obviously doesn't understand boxing, and I'm going to body bag him real quick for everybody's entertainment. And let me explain to you this. Canelo Alvarez is the undisputed champion. Canelo Alvarez is the cash cow of boxing. Canelo Alvarez is the number one fighter at 168. Why would Canelo be chasing Benavidez, dumbass? Benavidez is chasing him. You don't understand boxing. Canelo does not go out and chase fighters. Fighters chase him. Fighters try to do anything they can to make the fight more enticing for Canelo to fight them. Canelo's the face of boxing. Canelo's fought all the world champions. If Canelo was refusing to fight David Benavidez and David Benavidez was a champion at 168, you could call him a duck. If David Benavidez enforced his mandatory and Canelo refused to fight him and got stripped, you could call him a duck. But just because you're in your feelings, Canelo ain't no duck. It don't make any sense. What does Canelo look like chasing David Benavidez, who was fighting on Tank Davis' undercard? That don't make no sense. What does Canelo look like chasing David Benavidez, who's never unified? What does that look like? What does it look like Canelo chasing David Benavidez, who did 60,000 pay-per-view buys with Demetrius Andre? That's a body bag. That's a body bag. You can't make this make sense. I mean, I hate to do it, but these dudes have lost their mind. Canelo's supposed to chase Benavidez now? That don't make no sense. My brother Joel says, Shakur's still crying about how boring. I believe him. Shakur, shut your pussy ass up. Body bag says Kovalev actually killed someone in the ring. He actually did. He actually did. He actually did. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't understand these risks and the levels to boxing. You don't understand that. Oh, man. My brother says Southpaw smoking that Joe Biden and Ryan Garcia. Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, and shout out to the blouse. Oh, man. Hold on. Who else we got in here? I'm trying to see if there's any more fanboys still talking about it. Any more fanboys still talking crazy? He said Canelo asking for a record amounts of money is a duck. Can't be a duck. David Benavidez agree with it. Benavidez agree with it. Once again, that's another body bag, dumbass. That's the problem with these guys. These guys say everything but David, activate your mandatory and make him a duck. They won't say that. They'd rather talk with all these pubes in their mouth. My brother Vanguard Rick says once the Mexican Lobster didn't get in a ring with Canelo, when Canelo called for him to come in, I knew the kid was a fraud. Canelo knows really David is just pump faking. He knows it. Salute to my brother Vanguard Rick. He keeping it $150 and some change. I mean, look, we know what it is. Salute to no blouse, no life. Salute to Hit Kid. He said, and once again, he's saying talking point. Why would you ask for $200 million if Benavidez is, according to you, a nobody? Got nothing to do with me. If the public is demanding the fight and Canelo sets his price and Benavidez agrees, who's the dumbass here? You are. What does Canelo have to gain from fighting Benavidez? Does he gain a world title? No. Does he gain legacy? No. What does it do for him? Once again, Steven, you jumped out of the closet and into another body bag. Like, I don't know how many times I can body bag you. It doesn't make any chance. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. These guys, once again, keep humiliating themselves. Humiliating themselves because they keep coming out here embarrassing themselves with this nonsense. It don't make sense. Don't make sense. It does not make sense. Did not make sense. Somebody talk to me. Somebody make it make sense to me. Hold on. Perry said, if you listen to R. Kelly or P. Diddy while showering, wearing a David Benavidez thong, this is not for you. The IBFP ain't for everybody. The IBFP ain't for everybody. We body bagging these guys again and again and again. These guys can't come up with no facts. They're all in their feelings. This is easy work. This is easy work. Like everything these guys say is easy work. Easy work. You guys can't stand on anything because I'm standing on the truth. I follow where the facts are. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I don't blindly support nobody. I support the facts. I'm a fan of boxing before I'm a fan of any fighter. That's it. That's all this is. That's all it is. A lot of these dudes are fanboys. My brother Mike Trey says, Nuke, do you think old Lomachenko can beat Tank? I think so. I'm going to tell you this. Tank has the edge on Lomachenko because Lomachenko's thinking about retirement. Lomachenko got a lot of miles on him, and Tank waited him out 5 to 7 years. So Tank does have an edge. He's young in his prime, in a better condition at this point, less miles, no damage, no wear and tear. So make no mistake, Tank Davis does have an edge on Lomachenko. But Lomachenko's a live dog in that fight. Don't be surprised if an upset could happen. I favor Tank to win, but I would not be surprised if Lomachenko goes in there and outboxes Tank. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Lomachenko's a different beast. I wouldn't even be surprised if Lomachenko stopped Tank because we never seen Tank tested. I mean, let's just be honest. This man fights a lot of 30-year-old virgins, bums, cherry picks, all of that. So at the end of the day, we shall see. Lomachenko's still a dangerous fighter. He's not at his best, but he's still a very dangerous fighter. He's still talented, and he's still skilled. So you always got to be wary of a guy like Vasyl Lomachenko. If David Benavidez wins, Canelo, we are going to P. Diddy's house. Not me. Hit Kid is, but not me. I can't do it. My brother Supreme 174 in the building. Thanks for showing the love and support, Supreme. Much love to you and your beautiful family, man. I hope you guys are doing it real big. We watching Boots Ennis tomorrow. We're going to see if Boots show up and show out. Hopefully we can get that Crawford Boots Ennis fight. That's a fight that I'm hoping we can get, Preem. I'm going to need your prediction on that ASAP, my brother. Salute to my brother from another mother. My brother, he states, Nuke, you got out a few videos getting on the Canelo, so how these dudes want to call you a fanboy? That's what I be saying. 1 minute I'm a Canelo hater, the next minute I'm a Canelo fanboy. These guys can't make up their mind. See, what happens is when you're not following a narrative, when you're just keeping it real, when you're just telling the truth, people don't like it. People don't want to keep it 100% honest and unbiased. That's all it is. Lord Scante, salute to you. He said, Jub's getting all his arguments from Tatted. You're getting your arguments from a tatted up coochie is the wrong argument to have. I mean, we're going to be honest and unbiased about it. Look, at the end of the day, let me just keep it honest and let me keep it facts versus feelings with everybody. David Benavidez can never say that Canelo Alvarez is ducking him if he does not activate his mandatory. It's that simple, point blank, period. Point blank, period. Now, the one thing I will tell you is this. The one thing I will tell you is this. If the Canelo Benavidez fight happens next, I got Canelo by stoppage. Let's go. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.